month means a couple of things. It means last day to rock the July headband. It also means I'm about to share with you my empties and purchases. And it's also my last day to get in my red, white, and blue eyeliner in my challenge with PanTastic Beauty. She beat me last time, so I made sure I went extra hard this month. So hopefully, this one's ours. Before I get into my empties, I just want to let you know where we stand. So far, I have used up 202 products, totaling $2,796.64. I have also brought in 159 products, totaling $1,122.95. Let's see how those totals change this month. I do have 2 declutters to go over really quickly, which do not affect the totals whatsoever. First, I gave my sister 4 packs of the Petite Fille Centel Clearing Spot Patches. She uses these for mosquito bites, and I have lots of them, so I thought I would share. And lastly, I also gave away my Oli Glow Funk Hue hair dye in the shade Fuchsia. There was a girl at the gym with fuchsia hair, and I'm like, hey, would you like this? And she said yes. So that is also officially out of my collection. Onto skincare, I was able to use up 18 products this month, 4 of which were my Juice to Cleanse powder wash. I really enjoy powder washes. I don't know what it is. I think maybe it's just because it's a little bit different. However, the Juice to Cleanse one is a little bit too cleansing for my skin, so I can only use these in the summer months or else it's just a little too harsh. I also did use up the bottle of Purito Centella Unscented Toner. This was really nice. It was hydrating, a little bit soothing, but I think there's other products out there with Centella in it that I would probably prefer over this one, but it was still nice to try. I got the Iope Bioessence because the internet said that this was a close dupe to the Fresh Black Tea Essence. It might be in formulation, but it was 100% the scent that I was going for, so this really wasn't for me. However, on the skin, it did feel nice and hydrating, but it said for a brighter, smoother, healthier looking complexion, and I can't really say my skin looked much different afterwards. Plus, this is 84 milliliters. What a tiny bottle. I used up another bottle of my tried and true vitamin C. This is from The Minimalist. It's vitamin C, E, ferulic 16% face serum, and I keep going back to this one. It just works well with my skin, and it's a fairly decent price. Plus, no hot dog water scent. Unfortunately, the 9less A-Control 10% azelaic acid serum was a bust for me. I found this did absolutely nothing but made my skin feel tacky. Definitely not a product for me, and I did give it a go with 2 bottles. The Geek and Gorgeous A-Pad serum, however, is still my favorite azelaic, but just note that that is a derivative, not the actual azelaic acid. Pretty Skin Wrinkle Eraser Roll-On Eye Cream in Placenta was a free gift I got with a Stylevana order, and I can see why it was free. Texture-wise, like, it was okay. It was really thin. It added maybe a light layer of hydration, but fragrance-wise, oh my god, this was so intense, especially for an eye cream. You think an area that's so delicate that you might go a little bit more fragrance-free, so unfortunately when my skin was irritated, this just irritated it further, so 100% no. I did use up my last pair of the Numbuzin No. 9 NAD Plus Collagen Under Eye Patches, which means these are officially out of my collection, and it also means that I have 0 eye patches left. I can now take this officially off of my inventory. As for the eye patches themselves, they were okay. They soothed my under eye area, they kind of cooled it down, but I can't really say they did much else. If you do buy these, careful when you're taking them out because, I guess you can see it this way, they have the words NAD Plus on them, and as you're trying to scoop them out, they get stuck and they rip really easily. Other thing with these, get yourself a little Tupperware container, and when you're done using them for the day, rinse them off and then spritz them with a toner or a serum, and you can definitely get more uses out of these. I also used up 4 more of my Mingxir Compact Sheet Masks. I used this along with my Tony Moly Artemisia Treatment Essence after some retinol to help kind of soothe my skin. These are great if you have extra toner or serum lying around, otherwise I'd probably pass on them. I used up another sheet mask. Yay! This is the Biodance Hydroceranol Real Deep Mask, and this one was a lot better than the pink one that I tried. This one actually stayed on my skin. It kind of like, there's kind of like dry down, because like as the serum goes, they stick to your face a little bit, and it was okay. So a lot better experience compared to the pink one, but not good enough of experience to make me want to buy it again. I just found, yeah, my skin felt hydrated afterwards, but didn't have a glowiness to it, didn't feel anything different, like it just, It was a sheet mask, but we've all learned don't take sheet mask recommendations from me because they're just not my thing. I did get through a sample of the Nutricentials Thirst Fix Hydrating Gel Cream. I got this free with a Poshmark order, which kind of surprised me, but I appreciate it. And consistency-wise, this was actually really nice. Like, probably one of the better hydrating gel creams that I've tried because it actually felt like it nourished your skin, but it didn't feel heavy. The unfortunate part is this was heavily fragranced as well, and it just wasn't a fragrance for me. So sample-wise, happy I got to try it. Wish they had an unscented version. And I went through another of the 4 Pro Professional Collection Premium Cotton Rounds, which honestly are the most garbage cotton rounds I have ever tried. Hopefully it shows up on camera, but they have these cute little like flower designs in them. But the flower designs, when the puff gets wet, actually break off of the cotton round and come right off. They also rip really easily, so like when we're cleaning our dog's ears, it's leaving little fuzzies behind, which is like the last thing you want. And it really doesn't withstand any sort of nail polish. I almost forgot a skincare product. The last one I have is the La Roche-Posay Anthelios UV Moon 400. This is an SPF 50. Overall, I would like to say my experience with this was good because like it didn't burn my eyes, it went onto my skin really nice, it felt a little hydrating in a sense. My biggest problem I had with this was just the fact that it's so thin. You dispense it into your hand, you put it on your face, and you're like, oh, this is really lightweight. But I've been taught that I need to put on X amount of sunscreen in order to get a real application, and I feel like I'd have to use the whole bottle from it just because of how thin it is. So it's just like, it played with my mind a little bit, so it's like, I feel like I would have loved this product more if I haven't been so ingrained to use X amount of sunscreen in order to get proper coverage. Because it was a nice consistency. It worked well with my skin, but I just felt like I just never put on enough. Like something was just always unsettling. So unfortunately, I probably wouldn't do it again just for that. But if you can mentally get over that, this was actually pretty nice. On to body care, I have 5 products. Starting with the IREV Urea 60% cream with 2% salicylic acid. This was really nice to apply. It had a nice kind of thick consistency that absorbed right in. However, I still really like my Eucerin Complete Repair Plus. So would I buy this again? Maybe if it was on sale, because it was a pleasant experience using this. It just unfortunately didn't live up to my number 1, which is fair. I officially used up 2-foot mask. That means this category is also off my inventory, which is super exciting. As for these, they did feel really nice on my feet. My feet felt moisturized afterwards, so it did exactly what it said it did. This is just not a product that I would typically have in my collection. So I did get these over the holidays, and I really appreciate the chance to pamper myself. Probably wouldn't purchase them again just because, like I said, it's not really something I usually bring into my collection. Last 2 are sunscreen. The first one is the Dermabee Everyday Sunblock, and this one is actually quite nice. It's still a little bit thick of a consistency because it is for your body. However, I found it's thin enough that you can put it on your face and it still sat comfortably. And other than that, I never burned when I used this, so I would feel comfortable repurchasing this again. And my tried and true sunscreen that I got through, this is the one that we use when we go on vacation because we've never had a problem with it. This is the Coppertone Sport 4-in-1 Performance SPF 50. However, this is your typical like really thick sunscreen. So when you have to reapply, it can feel like it's starting to get a little bit heavy. But again, goes onto the skin really nice, gave us complete protection, and yeah, great. We always keep going back to it. I have 1 hair care product, and it is the Living Proof Triple Bond Complex, and unfortunately this was a no from me. I just found out of the bond repair products that I have tried, this one felt sticky to the point that it like pulled my hair as I was trying to massage it in, and just because of that, I didn't really pay attention to how well it worked, just because it was that unenjoyable of an experience to get it in my hair. Plus, I did use it with my L'Oreal Bond Repair Serum, so it's kind of hard to distinguish which one is working, which one is not. But since I've taken this out of my routine, my hair hasn't changed too much, so I don't feel like I'm missing out on anything aside from pulling extra hairs out when I was applying it. I got 2 fragrances, and the first one, I'm actually a little sad that it's gone. This is the Skylar Salt Air Eau de Parfum, and I actually enjoyed this more than I thought I would. And the only reason I say that is because I've never really given those fresh, like ocean breeze, salt kind of fragrances really a try before, just because it didn't sound appealing for me. And I don't know how this got into my collection, but I'm really happy it did because it turns out I enjoy those types of scents. The only thing I would change, I hate roller balls. I hate them with a passion. So I wish this came in a spray. And the last product still boggles my mind. This is the Sage Natural Wellness Pain Release Analgesic Remedy Roller Ball. It's supposed to help like kind of warm the skin, like if you have an ache or a pain, and then the essential oils are supposed to help soothe apparently. I unfortunately never got really any of those benefits, so I just went straight to using it for the aromatherapy aspect. This, however, price per mil wise, is almost double that of my Givenchy Udo Toilette, which just blows my mind. Like, how can an essential oil be that expensive? So unfortunately for me, as much as I enjoy the scent, I couldn't bring myself to repurchase this, just knowing how expensive that is. And my last category is the miscellaneous category. To start, I did get through a couple of supplements, the first one being One a Day for Women multivitamin. This just seems to be the one that I gravitate to. I think it works well for me. I've never had a problem, so I continue to repurchase it. However, I did find it comes in a larger container. That price per capsule is a lot more affordable, so I've now gone with the larger size. I love my HelioCare, but it is a bit expensive, so we did find this one, which is Super Smart Polypodium Leucotomos Extract, but after using this one, I still feel like I would stick to my HelioCare. Plus the fact that these come with 1,000 milligrams a day of the extract when the HelioCare is 240, so it kind of makes me feel like I might have been overdoing it. However, that's just a me thing, so if you were looking for a more potent and more affordable version of HelioCare, look no further. However, I personally think I would still stick with that one. And I found 2 of these in the back of my cupboard, and I was able to finish one just because it was already previously opened and partially used. It is the Symbiotica Pure Black Shilajit Live Resin. So I did have to look online of what the benefits of this were, and it did say that it may help with energy and stamina, it can help with hormone and fertility support, it can help protect your brain health, and it potentially has antioxidant support as well. But again, it's not proven, it's one of those may have benefits. And I think it was one of those when I was working a job that money was coming in, I was like, oh, that sounds cool, so I threw it in my cart and that's why I bought it. Just, unfortunately, I don't think I really saw much. It tastes a little funny and I don't think I would repurchase it, but you know what? I gave it a try. And the last 2 empties I have were my travel size of the Colgate Luminous White toothpaste in Brilliant Mint. This was your typical minty toothpaste. I don't have anything good to say, I don't have anything bad to say. It's just typical. Just for me, they're not high smile, they're not fun flavors, so I personally wouldn't purchase these. So to recap what we just went over, for the month of July, I was able to use up 31 products with a total value of $543.73. Now let's get on to the purchases. For body care, I did bring in 4 products, however, I did only pay for 1. The first product I brought in was the APLB Glutathione Niacinamide Body Lotion, and this was thanks to YesStyle. I did a review for this in exchange for the product. I'll leave it linked down below in case you haven't seen it. I am also bringing in 2 hotel freebies, the first of which is the Experience Green Tea Collection, and this is just a lotion in a green tea scent. And then we also have the Weston Body Lotion White Tea with Aloe Vera. And rounding out body care purchases, this is the one that I picked up, and it is the Tree Hut Aftershave Serum in the scent Watermelon. My partner used to use a product called Bump Fix from Jack Black that he absolutely loved, but unfortunately it looks like it's discontinued. So I saw this, I know I love the watermelon scent from Tree Hut, and it had some similar ingredients in it, so I was like, you know, I could use this, he could use this, win-win. So that's why I picked this one up. For hair care, I am bringing in 1 product, and again, it's a hotel freebie. This is the Jag Swag Natural Iceberg Shampoo. I didn't go anywhere recently. It was my father who was getting rid of a bunch of the hotel stuff that he picked up, and I was like, I can't throw that up. I gotta use that. So that's why these are coming into my collection. And the biggest category of something I purchased this month goes to the miscellaneous category. I picked up 10 different toothpaste and 1 mouthwash. But before you get all crazy, like, why 10 toothpaste? I'll get to it. So the easiest one to go over first is the Nourish mouthwash in the scent Mint. Just typical mouthwash, again, hotel freebie. And then when it came to the 10 different toothpastes, these are all High Smile, which is my favorite brand, and I picked up the bundle of 10 for $30. You heard that right. So I do have the grape bubblegum toothpaste in the bathroom, which I forgot to grab for the filming of this video. I also got cotton candy, another watermelon, cookies and cream, Wonka chocolate, strawberry, Barbie pink bubblegum, mint chocolate, blue raspberry, and the 10th one, which was the 100% the reason that I actually picked this up in the first place, was the energy drink one here. My friend Cerise ended up getting sponsored by Red Bull, and for her birthday this year, I put her together a little Red Bull birthday present. I went on a trip back in April and I found exotic flavors. I found hard candy that I didn't even know existed. Like, this package was 100% Red Bull themed. I hope she loves it. And I was so excited when I found this toothpaste on Marketplace because I have been looking for it for almost a year. I thought it was impossible at this point, and it just randomly showed up. So the perfect finishing product for that present. So when it comes to purchases or products I'm just bringing in, I'm bringing in 16 products for the month of July, totaling a whopping $40.49. I think we did pretty good. So did I use up more or did I bring in more? I think we know the answer right now, but let's go over it. For empties, I used up 31 products totaling $543.73. For purchases, I brought in 16 products that total $40.49. So the difference, I was able to use up 15 more products than I brought in, and I used up $503.24 more than I brought in. As for year to date, I have used up 233 products. I think that's pretty impressive. And it totals, holy crap, $3,340.37. That's insane. I can't believe I spent that. As for purchases this year, I have brought in 175 products, and they total $1,163.44. That kind of really shows you how things tend to add up, even if it's a little bit here and a little bit there. But totaling that up, that means I was able to use up 58 more products than I brought in, and I have used up $2,176.93 more than I brought in. So we are definitely on the positive side of things, and I hope we continue this to the end of the year. But that is my wrap up of how July went. I can't believe how many thunderstorms and tornado warnings we have had in the month of July, so I hope yours wasn't as crazy as ours was. But thank you for watching this video to the end. It means a lot to me. It helps my channel out and it encourages me to keep going. Until the next one I see you in, I hope the day treats you well. Bye.